Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Be sure to check me out over on Rumble. There you'll find all of my stuff from YouTube, plus my political and social commentary and weekly current events, which YouTube frowns on. Links to my Rumble channel, as well as my other YouTube channels, and links to let you order my books are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm going to do an alien encounter video on Cisco Grove. Very, very big story back in the day. But before we get into that, I'd like to tell you about a new book that I got published. It's called The House Off Farrago Road. It's available on Amazon. The author's name is H.L. Anderson. This is just a fun story about a house where the denizens are not quite normal. Mythological creatures and supernatural forces commingle with modern-day law enforcement and the criminal underworld. If the quirky weird piques your interest, check out The House Off Farrago Road. Alright, back to this alien encounter video. Cisco Grove was a big story back in the day. It caught a lot of headlines. In 1964, Donald Shrum went bow hunting with friends in Cisco Grove, California. While hunting, he got separated from his companions and got lost in rugged terrain. As darkness fell, he climbed a tree for protection from the nocturnal predators, bears and mountain lions and what all. And after a while, Don saw a light in the sky to the north. It was around 9 to 9:30 in the evening. He initially thought it was a flashlight, but eventually it rose above the tree line. He thought that his friends must have alerted the authorities, who sent a helicopter to search for him. So, he figured out they're searching for me. I better speak up. And in an effort to signal the helicopter, he climbed down and lit a series of signal fires, 3 of them on different rocks. He also waved and shouted at the light. Finally, the light began moving toward him, but something wasn't right. It was moving way too fast and made no sound. The aircraft was black and seemed to absorb light. It also seemed very small. Shrum worked at Aerojet with advanced missile technology, so he knew this craft was not of human origin. He fled back to the tree, and can you blame him? Get the hell out of here. I don't know what that is. A smaller craft exited the bigger one and landed about a half a mile away from Don. He soon heard things moving toward him through the bushes. Can't read my own writing. The beings which emerged from the brush appeared short and stocky and dressed in silver or white uniform or suit. The beings had a black void for a face, but had large dark eyes resembling welder's goggles. Then a third visitor arrived. It was larger with bright red eyes. Shrum thought it was a robot. The robot extinguished Don's signal fires and then emitted a white vapor which knocked Shrum unconscious. Don woke up nauseous and the robot repeated the vapor attack, knocking him out multiple times. Finally, Don used his bow and shot the robot in the center of the chest with an arrow. The robot moved away but then returned. Don shot his remaining arrows at the robot with the same results. It just bounced off. Don fought the aliens off all night long with whatever he could find, including setting things on fire and throwing them. So this was an all-night battle this guy had with aliens. An alien robot. Shrum secured himself to the tree in the nick of time as the aliens released, he had his belt. That's what he used. And the aliens released a large amount of this knockout vapor, which of course knocked him out completely for a long period of time. When he finally woke up, it was dawn, and he was alone. So Don climbed down and found his friends, and when he told them what had happened, they were confused, and they all decided to leave. And he can't really blame them. That would be a hell of a thing. It would be a traumatic event. So Shrum contacted the United States Air Force and told them his story. They interviewed him and told him he had been pranked by teenagers. They did send one of his arrows to the University of Colorado for analysis. Don't know what happened to that. There's no record of what happened to that arrow. We don't know if they got it back or what the analysis meant, or even if it was analyzed. We don't know. But 2 or 3 weeks later, Don and some friends, including his brother, visited the site of the incident and found that it had been searched. All evidence of the encounter was gone. They found cigarette butts and tire tracks leading to the site. The ground had been thoroughly raked. Somebody had went through there and raked up all the evidence. So, regardless of whatever else happened, we know there was a cover-up. It seems that the standard United States Air Force protocol for the UFO reports at that time was that anything they couldn't explain away was basically they collect all the evidence and cover it up. Does that sound familiar? Because I think that pretty much happened at Roswell as well. Today, our government is openly discussing UFOs and UAPs. It's amazing what a difference 6 decades makes. And I still don't think they're telling us everything. But at least now they're openly discussing it, you know? So yeah, if you know any more, or if you've heard a different version of the story, please put it in the comments. I'm sure we'd love to read them. The story from 1964, Donald Shrum in Cisco Grove. I got wind of this story and I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. Imagine having a fighting for your life, because that's what he thought he was. You ever know what they were going to do to him? All night long with aliens, and they were using knockout gas. Imagine that. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all. UFOlogist, a scientific representative of a pacifist race called the Gandhiri, is sent away as an exchange officer. His objective? To learn the one skill his species never developed, to fight. And he's sent to learn that skill from the one species who does it better than any other in the galaxy, humans. If you like science fiction with an upbeat military tone, check out my novel, Vanguard One.